I'm going to be bringing you an update on the Hobie Compass. It's been about, I want to say almost a year now that I've had it. And I've put it through a lot. Like, the bottom is all scratched up because I do fish it every weekend. And, like, around March and June, I fished it every single day because I was on unemployment. So, I did fish it a lot. I have been fishing it to this day a lot. I'm actually going tomorrow. And I was going to go today, but I had to do some stuff. But overall, I want to talk to you about the actual kayak itself. I know a lot of people are still complaining about the seat not being comfortable. Well, me personally, usually an average time of me fishing is around 10 hours in the water if I'm with somebody. If I'm by myself, it's usually 6 to 8 hours. I like exploring a lot. I like doing a lot of things, so that's why I fish a lot. And my fiance doesn't mind me fishing, so that's a plus. But the seat, to this day, I have not had a single problem with the seat. I've never been uncomfortable. I've never been like, damn, I really want to get off the seat. Nothing. But that's my personal opinion. I also think it has a lot to do with people not knowing how to clip this on properly. Because I see a lot of videos that, like, it's wobbly. See, if I lift it up, it's wobbly. But if I move it back and forth like that, like, that's me lifting it up a little still. It's not wobbly. It's not kind of smooth. I think that's the big deal with people messing up, not knowing how to properly secure their seat to the kayak. But besides that, the kayak does really well on water. Just a couple of days ago, I went out fishing with a friend, and the wind was blowing around 25 to 28 miles an hour. We mostly went out to try to see how much it could handle, but for the most part, it did really good. It was kind of crazy out there, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of sketchy, but the kayak handled really well. Surprisingly, it wasn't like a wet ride. The water was freezing. It was freezing outside because of the wind, but I didn't wear waders or anything. I just wore sweatpants and a hoodie. You know, it's completely comfortable. This is made to cut through the waves instead of going over them, so that's pretty helpful. It will get splashed, like till around right here usually, but it doesn't really get on you. I want to talk about the tank. It is pretty big back here, I'm not gonna lie. I do keep an angle cooler, 30 quart back here sometimes, and that has 4-rod holders. And then the inside, it's actually right there in that corner. It's pretty big, but it fits perfectly. I usually rest it right here, and then I put my life jacket back there. I do have a milk crate, but I hardly use it anymore. I hardly use the cooler anymore. I usually only take 2 rods and the net and my life jacket, and that's about it. I don't really pack too much. Accessory-wise, what I added is I did do a lot of upgrades to this kayak since the last time I posted it. I added these two, obviously. This was really cheap. I mean, this itself is expensive. It's like $100, but the installment, I went to Fishing Tackle Unlimited in Houston. They charged me $25 to put both of these on. And then I went out and bought the Hobie drop-in bucket, the circle hatch. I have an aerator in there and a flashlight, but I've never used either of them because I don't ever fish for live bait. But I like to say to myself that maybe one day it'll come in handy. But that doesn't get water in it either. I've never had water going in that way. Oops. Next up is the squirt hatch. Sorry about that. I do have the drop-in bucket in there. It is actually a little small. Like, I couldn't even call that water in there. But I only keep a couple of artificials, some hardware bait, and a stringer in there. The drop-in bucket and for both of them are actually sold separately. I want to say they're like $20 each. The next thing I added is these mat pockets. I actually added these myself, so that was really cheap to do and really easy. I usually just put my phone in there, and then I also keep this line cutter ring in there. The next thing I added is the H rows. I added them on both sides. Really cheap and easy thing to do. Also, you can do it yourself. These actually work really good. I would not recommend using this as a handle, though, as I don't think the screws could handle that much weight. So I do use them to kind of like help myself stand up, but never as a handle. So just keep that in mind. The next thing is the tackle bit. It is a water in there because I finished washing it. Cool thing about this is you can clip it on right there. I usually don't have it clipped on unless I'm driving, because I do keep all this on here. It stays while I'm driving and it hasn't fallen out. I usually put my phone or the lyrics that I'm switching on right there. I really don't keep anything in there except gold if I use it, but I don't have any of it. I have these little pliers. I actually keep them open. Up next is the Robaisa G-Hold. This is for like a paddle or a anchor stick, and I keep my anchor stick over there, but I hardly ever use it. Like I've only used it like twice since I got it. That's about it for the front. On the back, I did add a Robaisa Starport HD. I put that back there so I can put a flag. I do use the flag all the time, and I keep it on. Click it on there. Okay, so the flag was like about $8. Oops, sorry about that. About $8 on Amazon. It did kind of mess up because I leave it on. I started taking it off now when I'm driving. That'll come off. And that's all the upgrades I've done to it. I am thinking about getting a fish finder, but I just don't see myself using it that much. But let me go over here. It is raining a little, so sorry about that. I do keep this under my seat. It's pretty convenient. These are the most that I use. Some Dumb Layers, Chicken Boys, Hoagies. And I need to get some more of these, but these are bugs. This is a 1/16 ounce. Got a couple of spoons in there. Bunch of stuff, you know. That always goes under my seat, even when I'm driving. Just leave this right there. Stick it in right there, and it's good to go. In here, I keep my fish grips. I've never had them mess up or anything, or even get in my way, even with the tackle box. I usually just clip them sideways, go under there and push them to the side. So it's pretty convenient. I know it looks like a lot, but on the water, it really nothing gets on my way. I still have the original Hobie paddle. I really don't paddle that much. I don't see why you would. But I did have to get a new Mirage drive because somebody stole the one I originally came with. I was actually in the car wash. I had the tailgate open, of course, with the kayak in there, and I took out the Mirage drive and I put it on top of the kayak. I went to go get change on the, like, just right around the corner of the car wash. It's like the little machine. I came back and it was gone. So somebody stole it, like, right when I was literally almost there. So I had to go get a new one, which kind of sucked. But that still held up pretty good. I usually just rinse that off with water, and that's about it. Taking care of the kayak, I usually just wash it. I used to go to the car wash every time because I used to live in an apartment. I didn't have a hose or anything. I would wash everything off, all the mud, but now I just I've been rinsing it off with the water hose, and then I dry it with the towel. But it started raining, so that's why it's wet now. But overall, it is an amazing kayak. I would still recommend it. Like, if you're in the market for a Hobie, I would still go with the Hobie Compass. I know the 2019 is out, but the 2019 is almost like $3,000, whereas to this is 2,000. And if you don't want to buy it new, you can get this for like 1,500 used. So there really shouldn't even be like a discussion of which one you want. The 2019, I mean, yeah, it has the 180 drive. You can pay the $200 extra now to get the 180 drive. And when I bought this one, you couldn't. Like, they didn't give me that option. But I've never been in a situation where I need the 180 drive. I mean, I'm pretty sure it does come in handy, but even for the most people that I know don't use it that much either. So I really don't care for it too much right now. The kayak itself is great. I just think people are more biased towards the Outback without them even trying out the Compass. But like I said, I'm 100% satisfied with this kayak. I don't have a single complaint. I do wish they could add things, but they're not complaints. Like, one of the main things that I want on this is 2 rod holders. One on this side and one on that side. But I think that's about it. Thank you for watching. Hooked up to this guy as we were typing.